So that was the conversation right there. But it's another trading week, definitely. And yeah, it's a first listing of 2024 on the NGX, talking about Transcorp Power. It's set to list its 7.5 billion ordinary shares of 50 kobo by introduction on the Nigerian exchange. Let's get a sense of what to expect. Now, joining us for this conversation is Equities Chairman, Skymark Partners. Great to have you on the show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on the show.
Good morning. So we see Transcorp Power PLC is being listed on a market capitalization of about 1.8 trillion naira. What's the significance of this in the Nigerian market, and why is it the more valued, than the parent company?
Well, I think the significance of the market is, every new listing is very positive, particularly very large listings like this. And so it definitely is a positive development in terms of the depth of the market. In terms of the question you were asking about how the sub can be worth more than the parent, it's a classic problem of conglomerates, where conglomerates have a bit of a discount when you combine the value of the businesses in them. And that's probably one of the reasons why it's been listed, because this business has been inside the company for a while, but not properly valued. So now you can see the value of the company. Of course, bear in mind that the subsidiary is not 100% subsidiary, it's 51%. So in reality, the parent company's ownership in there is 51% of 1.8 trillion, which is about 900 billion, at least at the beginning of trading today.
And, definitely, we're talking about moving from a consumer nation to a producer nation, and definitely you need power, to make that happen. So how do you see the power sector evolving, with this listing of a second power generation company in the Nigerian market?
Well, I think it's a big positive. The first listing was about 2 years ago, Gegu Power. This is the second one, and it does confirm that there is the appetite in the market for these kind of companies. But more importantly, it does show that the privatization process is coming full circle, with those companies now going public. We probably would expect more generation companies to list in the future. It might take a while for the distribution companies to get listed, because they have a lot more problems with collections, and their ownership structure is not as clean as the generation companies. For generation companies, their primary customer is Nigerian bulk electricity trader, which is federal government owned. So they don't really have counterparty risk like the discos. But I think it's definitely a very positive development for the market. And I think given the trajectory of Gegu Power, I think this is definitely going to be well received.
And definitely, at this time, Nigeria, we're all hoping at some point that we're going to be able to at least enjoy 24-hour power, so that the industries can actually, produce at this time. But with all these listings we're seeing, and liquidity, most of these companies coming to the market to get liquidity, is there a prospect that, at some point, we can actually enjoy more than 18 hours of power in a day? Is that a prospect?
Well, I think that's the upside these companies have. When you look at the installed capacity, for instance, Transcorp Power, 972 megawatts compared to the existing listed one, which is half of that. When you look at the amount of money they're generating in revenues, it's a lot less than their capacity will suggest. So as the federal government tries to fix the bottlenecks in the power sector, these companies already have the capacity to dramatically produce a lot more. So once those bottlenecks are fixed, the production is there. It's just the last mile distribution and transmission. And as that transmission and distribution problem is fixed, the amount of power available will definitely go up from the grid. Cheapest power you can get is grid power. And the long-term goal is to have everybody get 24-hour power from the grid.
Right, definitely. That's the goal at the end of the day. Thank you so much for coming on, Mr. Equities Chairman, Skymark Partners. Thank you so much.
Thank you.